There's a child in every home and every community. They will grow up to be symbols of unity. They'll be colorblind to race and ethnicity. The vision of a leader, President Irfan Ali. I'm talking about one Guyana where our people can live in peace, where Indians and blacks trust each other, where racial prejudice no longer exists. Our children will have one Guyana to grow up in a land united and free with equality and blessed with prosperity. For too long we've been fighting one another. It's race against race, but in the end the country suffers. We were born here, not in India nor Africa. But if we can't get along, foreigners can eat your supper. We must put an end to racism, let it end with this generation. Together we'll develop this nation, make Guyana a gem of the Caribbean. Don't listen to them wicked politicians who would divide us to win an election. Believe it or not, Guyanese no smarter than that. Our ancestors were slaves and laborers, but the life they endured made it better for us. We honor their sacrifice and the freedom they bought for we. But some descendants of slaves use that to fuel their rage. It doesn't matter what your skin color, when we bleed blood it's red the same. Let's respect and love one another. When our brothers cry, we must feel the pain. We Portuguese, Africans, and Indian. We Chinese mixed up, we're Amerindian. We're all Guyanese. Let's end this segregation. I'm appealing to Guyanese in the diaspora. We welcome you home. We've got a lot to offer. It's not the same place that you run away from. Come see the paradise Guyana has now become. Investors are here and they're building. Infrastructures are all you see, creating plenty job opportunities, pumping money in the economy. Guyana on the rise to prosperity, education, healthcare for everybody. President Ali, building one Guyana for we.
Good night, good night, good night, good night. Facebook, good night. Special good night to the people here in Linden and Region 10. Good night to those people in the riverine areas. Ichuni, Kukwani, Araima, all the way up the Borbis River to be felt. Special good night to folks of Region 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. A special good night to you. Special good night to those in the Caribbean. And to those in the diaspora. A very, very special good night to you. Um, Tonight, I would like to welcome you once again to Call In Wednesdays on Point Blank. I will ask you to share this live. Um, Let us try our utmost to make this a very interactive program. Um, you know, here in Linden, there's a hype of activities as we prepare to celebrate our 58th independence anniversary, where the government of Guyana have took the decision to bring the flag raising ceremony, the independence ceremony to Linden, which would be host at the Mackenzie Sports Club right here. Um, Years ago, if my memory can serve me correct, flag raising always used to be something big across Guyana, but it was most time held at the national park. So people used to travel from all regions and converge on the national park for a huge spectacle. But I don't believe that what is about to happen here in Linden on Saturday, anything when it comes to independence celebration in Guyana can match what is about to happen here in Linden. I mean, patriotism is one thing, and a lot of people are going to come out there because of patriotism and the need to send a message to other nations that we as a people are united and we are celebrating our independence and celebrating every square inch of land that belongs to Guyana. And we are not entertaining any threats about the annexation of our Essequibo by the Nicolas Maduro regime. We are not entertaining any thought of that. We are going to be celebrating our independence anniversary in a huge way, in a very, very huge way. And you know what? Linden again, once again, Linden is the trendsetter because twist it and turn it how you like. History is going to be created on Saturday when the big flag raising ceremony, the only one in the country, is going to be held right here in Linden for the first time. So again, 679-7846 is the number to call on screen. You can give me a call and let's have a discussion. So yes, a lot went on over this week, and let me say something. There's some serious development. I never want to find myself talking about the the rambling with critics and Melissa Atwell and Don Campbell and I mean I never want to be talking about these things, but I saw some um video recordings, you know, of voice notes that are quite damaging to anybody called Melly Mel. Those recordings are serious. These people were accused of being fraudsters for a long time, and I never said anything about it. I used to listen to the back and forth, back and forth. But let me tell you something. Critics bad for days. And it's just a matter of time before we drop bombshell after bombshell. Critics say no easy, banner. Yet Melly Mel jump out and call the woman a fraudster, this, that, you and your husband two crook, and critic you a jackass because listen to my... Yo. If all goes well, Melly Mel going jail in America for a long time. Identity theft and credit card fraud, those are serious, serious, serious offenses. They're felonies in America. And if based on what I'm hearing, if the law is the law, them going to jail, boy. Yeah. These people set up themselves. They take time out for cuss out everybody in government, this, that, the other. Nigel Dharamlal, this, that, the other. And watch. Watch these criminals throwing up smoke screen, attacking this body and that body and the other body. Only to be caught red-handed. Only to be caught red-handed. It's just a matter of time, you know, because if they go overseas and they don't work and they want to live a regular lifestyle, they've got to engage in activities that will put them in the kind of spotlight. And it's just a matter of time before all of them get exposed. The Rickford Burke and the Mark Benchcop. This is a ring, a serious, serious ring. But guess what? Cookies are crumbling and the roosters are coming home to roost. 679-7846 is the number to call. Coretta McDonald is calling on Linden to boycott the flag raising ceremony on Sunday. Coretta McDonald is just another one of them jackass opposition politician that finds herself at the general secretary of the Guyana Teachers Union. But you know jackasses when you engage them. Ain't nothing for worry about. She'll be in opposition for a long time. Long, long time. Idiot. Credit card credit card fraud is a federal crime. Update on the teachers strike. You know, the teachers are shameful or shameless. They ain't get no shame in the height, in the midst of when they're supposed to be assisting our children to get through their exam, whether it's CXC or end of term. Them striking. They're striking. And then they want, I cannot understand for the life in me that teachers are supposed to be a real compassionate bunch. And even though they have their grievances and what's not, when it comes to your children and how your children advance and how you want to see them in the future, I mean, get no amount of money can make a real teacher stay away from the classroom. There gotta be a dog. And even dogs don't give up on their responsibilities like though. You could don't feed a dog for 2-3 days. He ain't giving up on his responsibility. Not at all. Only a Guyanese teacher that is aligned politically to the APNU will do something like that. Only a Guyanese teacher. I don't think this will happen in no other country in the world. And you know, this kind of thing, we gotta make this kind of thing crime. When they take this work, it must be legislated that they can't strike. All they have a little differences, we will work it out. And listen to what's the position. They want the government to pay them retroactive from 2019 right into 2024. You know, this thing is so unconscionable. To begin with, in 2019, this government was not in power. And then COVID hit at the end of 2019. So for 2 years, these teachers were practically home. Home. And then what happened? What happened? They're presenting themselves now and want the government of Guyana, this PPPC administration, to agree and pay them retroactive from 2019. Then say, well, listen, that we been home, we sitting at this table as collective bargainers, and that we will let good sense prevail, and we asking for this government to pay us from 2023, 2024, or even half of 2022. Something that makes sense, something that creates a balance. No, you're holding out to the government to pay you from 2019. And if you don't pay us, we ain't teaching the nation's children. We go in and strike. And then what you want to do? Get paid. Then say, all right, we striking, but what's going on? We want all the money. We're going to show you that it's not about all your money. We're striking for our cause. And we want no pay. They go to court to ensure that the government don't cut the money for the time that they stay home. That is the level of unconscientious behavior. And you could tell me them is not a bunch of dogs. I can't even categorize them with dogs. Cannot. Because dogs don't operate like that. 679-7846. Give me a call. Teachers are the political pawn of the PNC. Has no interest in teaching government. Have no interest for the teachers. Government needs to hold their ground, not to give in. I don't know if the government should hold their ground. Well, I know we got to come to a sensible position of negotiation. Sensible position of negotiation. And the government's position to, I think the government wants to pay for 2024. And I have a little difficulty with even that 2024 position. So it's two sides holding a hard line while our children are meant to suffer. are meant to suffer. But I see more flexibility on the side of the government. Every minute these people sit down to have a discussion, the GTU whacking out in the middle of the discussion. They do not intend for one bit to let good sense prevail. I had to stop to see if my phone on, because I ain't getting no phone calls. 679-7846. You know, I promise, right? That if I ain't getting these phone calls as requested, that I'm going to do this program and just talk. But I'm giving Ali another opportunity tonight. As I beg for your views, your interactive views, your comments, give me a call, 679-7846. So yes, as I go back to this grand Independence Day celebration plan for Linden, something unheard of. Unheard of. And then you'll have the likes of Coretta McDonald, the dog. Why am I keep calling this woman a dog when a dog is much better? Why am I? Any dog owner would know that that kind of behavior is not of a dog. Dogs don't behave like that. Dogs don't behave like that. So she's now encouraging Lindeners to boycott the planned Independence Day celebration. I know the last time they called for the diaspora to boycott the people, um, the people shop in America because the president visited the place. And the next day, after they called for the boycott, the next day, the people recorded sales bigger than ever. It was the largest sale for any one day in New York. For Miss Pam and them shop, the bakery, the people by the time 2 o'clock, everything sell out. Food done. Every single thing. So I'll be careful how you calling for these boycotts, you know. Be careful how you calling for it. And I'll like call for stuff. I can remember I'm not Ali. I'm not Ali at the no confidence motion. You could hear she, they like call for stuff. As I hear wanna cry for a no confidence motion. But let me tell you, honorable members on the other side, anybody can remember them, no? We on this side of the house have a decisive 32. And you, what's 32, she said? Have a indecisive 31. So bring it on. Bring it on. That was I'm not crying. They like call for stuff. Like call for stuff. But my grandmother always tell me a thing. She said, people, humans, they like call for things that they really don't want. So you see that boycott story. That boycott story what Coretta McDonald talking about. Coretta, be careful. You might see record numbers that you never see in any other part of this country. You know what? Even if it's the curiosity, the way the Mackenzie Sports Club look, mind you, the stands are still under construction, but the lawn, the lush green lawn, There has never been any other facility in this country that the lawns look so pristine. And for that alone, curiosity will bring the people out. Coretta, be careful. Be careful what you call for. Can somebody tell me what's the position with Aubrey Norton and the Congress that's supposed to be coming up in August of this year and the PNC Sapphire head office? Somebody can tell me if the CPU was found and restored, the membership of the PNC has been restored. Somebody can let me know whether Rysdale Ford is going forward with his challenge. You know something? This thing is so comical with these people. Imagine, just imagine, this Banner become the PNC leader. I think he became the leader of the PNC in 2022. And within a short 2 years, his position has been challenged. Challenged. And you know, right here on Point Blank was a Sunday night. I said to him, Norton, I said to him that he stands no chance in being the presidential candidate of the PNC. He stands no chance. But like you gonna pull out all the stops by, you're making joke. When you control the membership, you control the membership, you control it all. Even the candidate that plans to run against him may find his name off of the membership list. What I could do? If you're not on the membership list, there is no evidence of you being a financial member. You can't even be a delegate, much more be a candidate. 679-7846 is the number to call. Somebody tell me what's going on with Sharma Salman, mayor of Linden. Any Lindener? Tell me what's going on with Sharma. What about the regional chairman? What these guys are up to? They're very quiet at the moment. Very, very quiet. 90 blank checks, boy. Norton. I see the youngster talking the other day, the treasurer. He was on I think it's Freddie at Gildari show or somebody show, he been one of critics or whoever. But he was talking about, Norton's position and stuff. I mean, Norton is pathetic. Pathetic. The Lilliputian. You ever hear Barrett describing? Small timer. He's a small timer. The small timer is about to get big. He's gonna be coming off as a big rigger. The small timer Norton. Throwing in yarn, ready to become a big rigger. 679-7846. And the time is going, it's half an hour in. No calls yet. Just Babito. Babito is saying, we rather hear you speak uninterrupted. You try that. You don't buy water for me. That was just being funny. PNC policy, don't question the leader. You know, You know who said don't question the leader? What's her name? Vola Lawrence. He said, don't question your leader. If you're a real PNC, you don't question what your leader do. Hmm. She telling you point blank, them again no democracy. Don't question it. You're a PNC, is a PNC. The leader do this, is done. Done. Story done. Your leader do it, and that is it. Check my messages on the phone. Six 7846 is the number to call. Just over the half an hour mark. With half an hour to go, I await your call here on Calling Wednesdays on Point Blank. Yeah, so I can't help but continue to speak about this planned independence celebration here in Linden. You know, I sincerely hope that after these events, that people see it for what it is. You know, that the government of Guyana, the PPP Civic Administration, is continuously making that leap, that effort to bring this country together under the stewardship of the president. The One Guyana mantra, which is touted by the president and all that surrounds him, needs to be taken into, and that is why, you know, I believe to myself that is why these celebrations are geared for Linden in particular. Because remember, Linden, and I want people to get me clear here, Linden is the epicenter of black politics in this country. Linden. And for too long, the black politics has been treated in a way that the black politicians in the APNU believe that they have the God-given right to steer and direct and control and manipulate what goes on in black people communities. But when you ask them what they would have done for black communities such as Linden during their time of tenure, it's a crying shame. It's a crying shame. But you know, culture, you make joke when you would have supported something for over 7 decades. 70 years of support. One way, it becomes culture and chronic to your bone. And the PNC continue to enjoy that kind of behavior, because we know cultures are not broken easily. We know cultures are not broken easily. And because of the fact that cultures are not broken easily, they are taking advantage. If you listen to Nigel London as a what he just call himself, and I'm talking about him as a religious person. He just call himself not a pastor, an apostle. Apostle London, right? The Apostle London will outline in detail why the name Jesus is incorrect when you speak of the Messiah. He will show you biblical facts where the name Yeshua is the correct name other than Jesus. And let me tell you something about that. They get some people who are 80 years old, and the only thing they know is Jesus Christ. So London could talk about Yeshua and Yahweh for the rest of his life. They get some people in my ear though. Because to speak of Jesus and God, it becomes a culture. And when you would have spent 8, 9, 10 decades, or even 2,000 years doing it, guess what? That culture is nothing easy to break. And when they are going to get a few who are going to gravitate to what the Apostle London is saying, the masses will never ever do that. Never. It will take another 2,000 years for that to take hold and for people to accept that Yeshua is the correct name and not Jesus Christ. So I give you this example to show you how is it that the PNC continue to benefit from the support of the Lindeners, all because of culture. It's not because they're doing anything miraculous or spectacular. The people here have lost confidence in them entirely. Not because they lost confidence in them, they're going to give up on the culture to support them by. You making joke? The culture is to get the support. And they're showing every single election cycle where the bond of culture is stronger than the reality. The reality is that the PNC hasn't done anything for the people of this town of Linden. You see the Mackenzie Sports Club that is going to be engaged on Saturday in the most spectacular way Let me tell y'all about the Mackenzie Sports Club. That was built by Denver. An ancient bauxite, colonial. And the calls are coming in. Hello, good night. Good night. You're on to. Good night, sir. Connie Blair. Good night. You're on to calling Wednesdays on Point Blank. To all the citizens. I don't want to address them as brother and sister yet. But I'll tell you why. You know, if you got a household of five, five brother and sister, one of them try to go out of the way. The entire family now come down at him to try to pull him in line. And if he ain't listening, they're going to start him disowning. That's why we don't call him brother and sister. Especially they're going to degrade you. Let me tell you a little bit about my Guyana. I can't speak for everybody Guyana. My Guyana is like this. Everybody need and love improvement. Everybody need and want their livelihood to upgrade it, not downgrade it. Now, in every part of the world where you go, I don't care where about. If you go to our Caribbean, and you go to St. Lucia, Martinique, go to the Grenadines, you go to Barbados, Jamaica, Antigua, any place you go to, St. Lucia, you should see the way the citizens of those countries live. There ain't no better than we Guyanese living in Guyana. Money that talk about oil. I remember when I was a little boy, I dare anyone to doubt me. When we grow up, and we just be during the time of Booker's, you remember Booker's Estate? And the white man running Guyana before the independence, we got to sing every morning, God save our precious queen. Well, I got to bad against it. But you know what they sing? My Guyana, El Dorado, what a land of opportunity. You got backside, you get gold, you get diamond, you get oil. And you know, you're a big boy. And only till recently, 5 years or so ago, you hear that a person come in the country to exploit where we don't have money nor the technology to exploit the oil. And when you get the oil, the fool in the government gone and sell it out for 18 million US dollars. Who is the fool? The fool from the time of Burnham coming up to this non-confident Granger. That he given the title now. That's a legal title in his name. It was given by the Republic of Guyana. Give him that title in the Parliament that he is no confident David Granger. And to prove it to the nation, to this Guyana nation, to all the Guyanese, including the one who choosing them, all the Kamakas and all the rampant ones that come up every time and are telling us what to do. And in the meanwhile, they're collecting their monthly salary, whether it's rain or it's flood. We are collecting that, and they're setting us to go on strike, to go do tribal things, to do all kind of wrong things for them to profit on us. And we are so ignorant. Ignorant means we don't have the knowledge to think for ourselves that if they're going to do this to us, all the time, every time they get their hand and they pour a string, well, Lord have mercy, God. You don't even have money no more. Everything broke. Everything gone, man. Money empty from all the coffer. Right? We don't know when them Kulibaitas coming. You see, just said they hit the floor in 2020 election. The next day, Ali and my
friend them busy fixing a pothole, fixing well for water to come up, electricity, everything. How come them all of them who talking now that they this and they that and the other? Every time you got my friend there, go the walk, go around someplace, you get about two or three people he talking to. Every time he go somewhere, the other day, Colonel Jones showed me on his show about five people house move. This is why I bring up to you about when you go to the West Indies and Caribbean and all over where the people live. They live more worse than what they had the other day, which government moved up to survey the place out in Guyana.
Mm-hmm.
The Cordial thing. Meaning you got lazy people and you saw the people who were walking on the street with Goldie Man walk.
Mm-hmm.
They were fucked back. They don't want to work, they only want to eat and they want everything free and blame the government. Well, imagine Barbados, you went to Barbados. Look when you go down to Christchurch, when you go down to Chamberlain, all them places in the main city. But when you get out to the east and the north coast and all the way to the bottom, you see the way we live there. But we don't make no bacchanal. Electricity, right? You see water, you see that all over we got black, but we have patrol too. But the reason why this part is so developed, because we got nothing brought up in Barbados. We got when I say we the people, the black people, we ain't got nothing in Barbados except for the visitor to come in. They bring us the money. You understand me? And Guyana now praise be for the PPP party that anybody, I don't care, you're black, you're brown, you're white, I don't know which color you want to put, all the colors that you know, can fill an application. What is it, after 18 years? Or after what years you can start filling the application?
I think it's 20.
20 year, right?
Yes, I
Because
think
you
it's
come
20.
out,
Don't
because you
don't
come out, don't see like a job. The time the man bring the thing so good because all of us can't be doctor, lawyer. Some of us can be trench cleaner and a grave digger. And be the nonsensical, stupid idiots that run around the hungry belly, blow life just to get a bottle of water. I don't want to hear about this now. I tell everybody I don't vote for black man no more. And I tell them why. I said I am a fool for so many years voting for PNC and you flap you. Well, don't worry, I'm putting them out, China with Ranger. They were just setting them out and getting the soup. And they were getting soup because they were getting their salary. Now, we as a black man, if we turn over and go and work with the PVP, if we go to construction work, anything we do, no, you shouldn't do that. They always want to tie us down. They always want to keep us stupid. You got us in the school right now. My children are in the school. They got to write the examination. And this McDonald and his, what is his name? The guy he called himself a doctor.
light.
Yeah, like, I call it flight. Yeah, you know what kind of flight is? It's not like, yeah, like flight. Like flight. You know, you know that way of striking is only black people living. And you know it. No, you got to give me more. You got to give me all the patience and love so we can pass me exam. Not to say I'm going to pass, because, not all of us could be
Academically
graduate from high
inclined.
school. But not all of us could pass. But look, you got Hamilton. What is it, Joseph Hamilton? He's ready to take me because I'm a dummy. I said, well, you can't do school work. Well, come here, you can work with your hand.
Yes.
And teach me to lay a brick.
Yes.
Teach me to run the wire, what we call electrician.
Right.
Teach me to hit a nail. You got what I'm saying? And if I'm good and I can handle it, he said, well, no, be a welder. Did you see all them class and how many people graduate and what kind of people graduate in all
Yes,
the
yes,
classes?
yes.
I'm not ashamed to tell you,
Yes. No
Yeah,
doubt about it.
we can't get the education equally, man. Not to say that they're right, but what happened? Joseph Hamilton said, well, he tell, I remember the very first time in one of the meeting, Joseph said, well, you know, we need the people and we want them to walk. How we gonna make them to walk? You got to teach them,
Yeah.
you know? Yeah, man. And them stupid idiots. They're only pulling us out down all the time. Now, back to the situation. Tell me when to stop if we're talking too much. Back to the situation.
I give you 1 minute, one more minute.
Okay, back to the situation. Thank you very much. So, back to the situation, right? We said that want to call me black brothers and sisters and brothers and sisters because they're destructive to me. They don't want to use their own sense. They come up now for 4 years since the PPP bring them up and give them house and land and job and everything like that. We black man putting us down. And we are such a fool. We listening to them and guess what happened? The soup that we're drinking right now gonna stop. They're gonna vote. They want to vote us out. Vote us. When I say us, mean we who are supporting that kitchen to cook the soup and give us to drink. The PNC flatten you up. You don't give us nothing, not even a drop of water. You know, they don't give nothing. They only want to suppress us, keep us down. That's what I want to tell my people. Stop it. Start to be educated. Enhance yourself. The young generation in the school is knowing that you will spite your child to support a black man who's gonna destroy you.
Okay.
You're gonna make him can't get his $10,000, which he's getting 40,000. Just the PNC one year, they don't have enough money to thief and to enjoy.
Okay, caller. It was real nice having you here. I really appreciate your contribution and
No,
look
but
forward
anybody,
look forward
but
for your.
last thing I want to say, anybody who could help us, they is the one that we supposed to put in the government because they continue to help us. You
Definitely.
got you got all the places where the black people are, and no one black people who's talking right now, just say in government, they forget us. Right now, they government like McDonald and Light, and they're destroying our children. They want to make them more ignorant. They want to keep them and suppress them from education. This is the time you're going to choose to strike. Who do you think you're going to hurt? The election is still next year. So you can't tell me this election will be striking. Let my
You
children finish up their education and get the justice going, man. You
see,
understand me? Thank you, brother.
you're most welcome. Most welcome, caller. There we had it, a mouthful, lengthy contribution from a regular contributor, yes. So, and you can hear the passion when he speaks about how the children are being treated at the moment. And you know, the funny thing is, a lot of people doesn't seem to have a clue, or and a lot of people don't. They're not even following the current affairs because many people don't know of this teacher striking situation because it's not a concern. People are comfortable the way they are living, and people are more focused, more resolute in their day-to-day activities. You know, people just getting by. You know, more people are at work, and because people are out every day going to work, the hustle and the bustle every day, these things can slip by. These things can slip by you, you know, because the only way it really impacts you is when it affects you directly, and that's why some people are au fait with what is going on. But the truth be told, excuse me, truth be told, people are doing their thing steadily, you know. So as I was saying though, a lot of people tends to forget. A lot of people tends to forget this. this situation with our oil here in Guyana. Remember, the oil was founded in 2015 under the PPP, just at the end of their tenure. And when it was announced by the then Minister of where he was by Natural Resources, Robert Prasad. I think it was Robert Prasad then. When it was announced that we found oil, it was a joke for those in the Granger camp. And they said we were telling lies. We only wanted to say those things because it will give the PPP an advantage into the elections. And they managed to convince a great section of the population that we were lying. Lo and behold, they went into office knowing damn fully well that we struck oil in 2015. And in 2016, they started negotiations with the ExxonMobil over the oil. One of the first things they did, they got a signing bonus from ExxonMobil for 18 million US dollars that they still to account for. Can you imagine our Minister of Finance standing in the National Assembly to say to Guyanese and the world that this 18 million, first they denied it. They denied any knowledge. He denied it, any knowledge of an $18 million. They said we didn't have any signing bonus. If you receive on behalf of the citizens of Guyana 18 million US dollars, and then you went to the House of Legislators and lied to the nation and said to us that we did not receive any money in the name of signing bonus. It's a lie this PPP is telling. And then it turns out that the PPP were telling the truth. What was your intention with this money in the first place? Why lie about it? Why? What caused you to lie about it? You know what? You would have destroyed the integrity of yourself and all those surround you, including Granger, that says that they don't know anything about this signing bonus. Till today, this $18 million is unaccounted for. Unaccounted for. And when the moisture of politics in the Caribbean and the Western Hemisphere pull out the evidence to show the world that they would have received a signing bonus of $18 million. Raphael Chapman, shameless as he is, stand up in the National Assembly and said we lied. And we are sorry that we told this lie about this 18 million. We received it. Yo! And these men were allowed to continue into politics. Allowed to continue into politics in any other part of the world. They'll be facing the firing squad. They would have been executed publicly. Any other part of the world. These men were allowed to continue in politics in this country. And then a few years later, Granger taunt himself as a man of integrity. Integrity! Oh boy. I will end on that note. Tonight, brothers and sisters, I would like to thank you for joining the program and staying with the program. I would like to thank my calling contributor for his contribution. I would like to thank those who would have stayed on, be it here in the Caribbean or the diaspora. And I would like to ask you for your continued support. Tonight, I want to say happy independence as we go forward. Happy 58th independence to Guyana. And we must all come out and show, come out in a force and show the unity behind this independence. For way too long, we have been divided politically, but this is not the time for division. It's the time where our country must come together and stick together in order to defeat this evil called Maduro. Brothers and sisters, again, I would like to thank you very much for being here. As I wrap up, God bless and peace out.